I just went to Aldi's and got some lunch. I did these snack sticks, beef sticks, some spinach, a banana, some Gouda, and later tonight I'll have some brown rice and muscle milk and creatine. And I'll consume all this except the rice and the muscle milk right now. So, yeah, things have been wild. It's been a crazy day. I start my new job tomorrow. I am excited about that. It's going to be me giving away free samples to the locals in Costco. Everything is on time as far as the screenplay. Going to be going where am I going to be going to? LA in 2 weeks. I am going to be kind of studying the Stage 32 website. It's kind of a forum like Facebook for people that are into screenwriting, directing, producing, acting. I'm not trying to do the directing, producing, or acting. I'm trying to do the screenplay, and that is it. Try to sell that. And again, 45 weeks, I'm done with it. I'm letting it go. I'm going to do something else. Cut my hair, get a dog. I don't see myself staying in California for the simple fact that it's really expensive here. And if I'm not going to be working on a heavy creative flow, there's really no point for me being here. So I was thinking about it today. I'm definitely probably going to go back to Arizona by the Grand Canyon, right up by the Grand Canyon. I'll probably try to get a job doing like service work for the Paz, or maybe try to help sign up to be like a rescue person for people who get lost in the desert. Hello from Ireland. Dude, that's awesome. That is so cool, dude. Hello. That is so cool, man. Oh, wow, that's so cool. That made my day, believe it or not. I was having a really rough day, and then being able to say hi to somebody from Ireland, that's so cool. Nate, what's up, man? Where are you from? By the way, Gouda cheese and beef sticks are amazing together. So, if the creative... Dude, that's crazy. So we got Chris O'Connor from Ireland. And then we got Nate from South Africa. And then we got Hamir School of Music from India. And that's so cool. That is so cool. We got all these people from all around the world, and we got Chris from As Jim Sees It. Hello, everybody. I am curious. What's the weather like where you're at right now? Everybody, like, start with Chris. You know what? I was having a bad day. I'm doing a little better now. It's cold. Is it sunny? Oh, you know what? I'll tell you why I was having a bad day. I get anxiety from time to time, probably like once every 2 weeks. No matter like how much I train, eat right, take cold showers, meditate, pray, study stuff about God, Buddhism, whatever, I get horrible anxiety. In Ireland, it's 3 degrees in the morning, then reaches... Wait a second. 3 degrees? Not bad. You're joking, I'm sure. 3 degrees is cold. Jesus. When I was living in Ohio, that's where I'm originally from, Dude, it would get 3 degrees and it would be horrible. No, it's not that cold. 18 degrees. Wow. You guys are tough human beings. I'd be miserable in 18 degrees, 3 degrees, or anything under 60. Actually, oh, you're a poet, so you deliver mail. Okay. There was a poet named Bukowski that worked at the post office. He's got great poetry. He's a scumbag of a human being, but he has great poetry and literature. And he worked at the post office for, I think, 15 years. So, Chris, what's it like in Ireland right now? I heard like I know people that have visited. Is it like always really green on the grass, and like what's the culture like? Do they have pubs where you have to be a member of the pub to go into? Because I saw a picture of that recently. Somebody said to be able to go into certain pubs you have to be a member. Is that true? What's up, everybody? Chris, I don't know if you're into poetry or art or like writing short stories or creative stuff, but if you go to my community page after the live feed is done, you can check out kind of what this channel is about, what I'm focused on, my goals, what I'm aiming for, what I've been working on for the past, I would say, I don't know, not the channel alone, but in totality, 15 years, which is why in the next year, if I don't meet my goal, I'm scratching it and aiming somewhere else to reach a goal. Really? That sucks, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. I think that's happening everywhere. I know the United States, it's more about you're not regulated legally as much, but how they regulate you is through money. So if you don't have money, you're stuck in certain circumstances. And when I say you don't have money, like big player money. So what happens is people, it's called, what I've experienced here in the States is, it's called social economics, I think. Is that how my, it's essentially, it's like socialization and control with money and debt. So if you make under $16,000 a year, you have to depend on the system to pay your bills. And let's say you've got like a health condition or something limits you, like if somebody has like depression or something, or they can't handle stress like everybody else, and they got to get on a system where they're getting, government assistance or whatever, they're limited. They can only do so much. Now, if they want to rehab themselves and go back into the world, is like you have to. Thanks, I appreciate the comment, Butter. So, like, to get back up in the world, if you want to, like, let's say you're somebody who's got real bad depression, right? And you want to be a mental health peer support specialist, right? Where you work with people who have mental health issues. Well, you got to go to school, right? So that's going to cost money. The certifications cost money. You have the time because you're on government assistance help, all that stuff. The housing's taken care of, so you can do that. So that can create stress, right? And long term, that's going to give you debt. So somebody starts doing that, and then they get a job. Let's say it's $20,000 a year. Well, what happens is then they lose all their benefits, right? Now, instead of like piecemealing them being able to go back into the world, they lose all their benefits immediately. Health, which if they don't have health coverage, they can't get medicine. They lose their housing or vouchers for the housing to help. So now they're going to have the stress of having to work 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week right now in the United States of America at $20,000 a year is not enough for gas, food, a car, an apartment, and electric to pay your apartment, clothes, being able to go out. So let's scratch going out. Let's just say staying home to be able to pay for cable and internet. That's not enough money. So you have to jump it to the next bracket, which is $32,000. Now, what happens with the $32,000 bracket is those people get jumped into a higher tax bracket to help pay for the people that are under $16,000 a year. So then that creates more stress for the person that may be trying to jump back into the world. So then their mental health conditions can come back and they jump backwards going back down into that bracket. So that's where the nasty cycle is, right? And then people that are in that $32,000 to $65,000 a year bracket where they're making that much, they get taxed more money, right? But then they buy houses or they have kids, so that's what sent them into conditions which the variables for not having health problems and having a higher IQ to where you can process stress is a little bit different. But again, they have kids, they got to pay the bills, they got to pay for kids to go to school, there's more tax. So then it jumps them back. I mean, you make 64 on paper, but you're down in like a $20,000 a year bracket. And it's like you have to make $150,000 to $200,000 a year and have one kid to be able to sustain in America right now. So if you do the math, anybody that says like, oh, that's paranoid, that's not true, all you got to do is go run all that math through ChatGPT and have them do it per year, the capita on the numbers, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's 100% there. So although you're given freedoms in America where you have free speech, things aren't as regulated as much, the financial end of it is where it's all regulated. So you're stuck. You're absolutely stuck. And the reason I know that is because I've done the van life, right? Now, since I've done the van life, I at one point was working in Florida. I had health insurance through a company, was working full time, was working for the Department of Transportation, which is exempt from having to pay for time and a half. So right there, because it's the government, they can take away your ability to pay time and a half, and they make you work 50 hours a week. I was like, no big deal. I'll just tell them I'm not working more than 50 hours a week. That's the max that I'll help out. I'll be a team player. Well, to equal it out, what management did is they give me 50 hours one week, and then the next week they would cut it down to 30. So my deductible on my health insurance was actually more money to go and see a doctor to take care of my problems than when it was when I was in a lower income bracket where I got free health coverage and I had to have two part-time jobs to be able to maintain paying my bills. It's a vicious, nasty cycle. And that was living in a vehicle, so I had no overhead, right? I had converted a van. So it's like, it's crazy, dude. It's so crazy in America right now. Oh yeah, the taxes, like that's not even, like, so this past year, I told myself, when our president, who doesn't pay taxes like everybody else does, pays the same taxes that I do on his money, then I'll pay my taxes. Until then, I'm not doing it. So, and I know they can come and bite me in the butt and whatever, but I'm not doing it. I'm not paying money when I don't have the money to survive. And when I say survive, like every time I get paid, all my money goes out towards bills, car payment, car insurance, phone bill, food, and I eat real clean food. I eat cheap food. I eat at Aldi's. It's inexpensive to eat there. So when that happens, then I'll start paying. Or when I get into a bracket of finances, that's like, if I were to make right now $30,000 a year, it would take me 1 year to get out of debt. And I mean like all my debt. And pay off my vehicle. And it's like, the only way you can make that money is if you have a cert in something. When I say cert, it's short for certification. So to get any type of certification right now, anywhere that's going to pay you a $30,000 a year job, it costs you $10,000 to $20,000. Whether it be going to truck driving school, right? In truck driving school in California, they don't pay you any, just above minimum wage unless you own your own truck. So. Oh, dude, I hope I wasn't dragging you down, Chris. You have a good night, man. Anyhow, I'm done bitching. So that's the state of America, in my opinion, right now. It's run by pig-headed capitalists. They're nasty human beings. They're gonna do anything to bleed people of their money. So you got to use the old noggin, the old thinker. Anyhow, I appreciate the comment on the art. Yeah, I'm never going to say hate. I'm not even going to give recognition to a leader who I don't even think is a leader. I will say that. So my thoughts are be kind to my neighbor, and that's it. And my neighbor is the homeless, right? Because I live in a van by the river. All right, man. You have a great night, dude. Sleep well. I want to thank everybody for watching so far and the like. If you could, go check out the feeds for the process of trying to sell a movie. It says it'll have like as Jim sees it, week 46, week 45, week 47, and it kind of explains the journey in California, why I'm here. Hey, you take it easy, butter. Now you can see the importance and the purpose behind having a goal. But yeah, I do know this. These beef sticks are so tasty. Oh my God. Oh, so good. But if I don't meet my goal with selling the movie in the next 45 weeks, I'm going to head over back to Arizona. Yeah, cheese is amazing. This is smoked Gouda cheese. I'm going to head back over to Arizona and go get a job at the Grand Canyon. I think it'd be fun. It's beautiful in the Grand Canyon, man. It's majestic, dude. It really is. And I miss Arizona. I don't know what it is about that place. I like it there. I love California, don't get me wrong. I love it here. It's great. The people are... Oh, look, I'll say this too. In spite of what you see on the media, in spite of what you read about in the newspaper, California, the nicest, kindest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. I don't care what Joe Rogan says or any of those Texas meatheads. The nicest people I've ever met in my life came from California. Now, there's some weird places here. Don't get me wrong. I will not go into downtown North Hollywood ever again. Unless I got to sell a script. Or I have an appointment for work there, right? It's not my style. It's weird. They ain't kidding when they say Hollyweird. And I ain't taking video and showing you. You just trust me. Don't go. Or if you're like to see culture and... Look, I'm going to tell you. It makes Vegas, the city of sin, look like a fucking saint, dude. North Hollywood is fucking insane, dude. The craziest shit you will ever see in your life is in North Hollywood. Especially at nighttime. I went one time, never again. Never. What hill is 67? What the hell is... I mean, you mean Route 66? Route 66 is the scenic route in that goes from Chicago all the way to the Santa Monica Pier. Now, if you've never been, who picked you on roadside of the street? Nobody. Well, that's pretty good. So I guess God did. God picked me up and said, here you go. That's funny you say that because I call myself the sober hobo. Anyhow, anybody on this feed, if you want to go to a really majestic place, check out Santa Monica, California. That place is wild, dude. Like, first, Muscle Beach, obviously. I was kind of disappointed in Muscle Beach. I had this feeling and this expectation that it would be like amazing and powerful, and it wasn't it at all. It was like Rusty Weights. I thought there'd be all these like crazy like high level bodybuilders, and it wasn't. You know, there's just a bunch of guys on steroids working out in front of everybody, who I believe I can train harder than. But if you want to see a really beautiful place in Santa Monica, go right by the Santa Monica Pier and check out they have this spot where people do this like standing yoga, and what they do, it's like a huge group of like 30, 40, 50 people. No, I would say more like 50, 60, right? All ages. And they get together and they like stand and roll around on like each other. I know that sounds weird, but like, so like one person will hold another person's hands and they push up, and then the person like, they like roll, and like, it's like they're like waved on their bodies and move around in these yoga poses. And it is like the wildest thing you will ever see. I believe it was on a Saturday. You know what? The next time I go to Santa Monica, I'll get some footage and I'll post that on the channel, because it's so beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. Right now, it is, I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk butter, but it's so beautiful, dude. It's like 70 degrees. It's like 2 o'clock and the wind's nice and cool. I'm right by the ocean. So I'm not trying to like be a braggart and rub it in your face. But yeah, that was a good one. Oh, that tasted like spinach. But yeah, that's what it is right now. But yeah, and then the Santa Monica Pier itself has like, it's really majestic, because there's all these different cultures from all around the world, because the place is so famous to visit. When you go there, you see all these different people that are just in a good mood. You know what I mean? They're just in a phenomenal mood because they're on vacation. So it's got really good energy. And then there's like, even at nighttime, it's very alive. Like the McDonald's is open till 3 a.m. It's right by the beach. And you can go down there. People are singing. They have these really nice outdoor restaurants. And there is areas you can pay like $1 an hour to park. And if you come in right by the Santa Monica Pier, you go down, and I think it's like the second street on your right. I don't know the name of the street. You take a right, you go down, and you follow it there, and there's places that you can pay $1 an hour, and you can pay up to 2 hours, and it's like a perfect time. So you go there, you walk around, you can check out you know, the historic, like, when I say historic, like it's really popular. They have those, what are they called? Gym, like, swings where you hang on them and you, like, swing. I don't know what they're called. They use them in the Olympics. A lot of people are on those, doing those. Oh, another cool thing you can see is there will be people on these, like, I think they're called trapezists. So they get wrapped in these beautiful cloths, as they're like, I mean, they're in their clothes, but like there are these huge cloths that like spin like wind chimes, right? And they're purple and red and blue, and they spin around and do these poses, and they're like 40 feet in the air. They're like a human lira. If you know what a lira is, check that out. You'll see that in Santa Monica, down by the beach. The water is a lot warmer than it is in Ventura. I prefer really cold ocean water because it makes it so my bad hip and my back, I don't feel it as much. It makes me feel alive and invigorated. And which I gotta say, I was in a horrible mood when I started this feed and talking to everybody and telling you about like kind of things to check out and where I've been, and not because I'm talking about me, but so you could check it out if you ever want to travel. A place you got to visit, hands down, Sedona, Arizona. You got to go to Sedona, Arizona. There is something so mythical about the energy, and the people are. It's very telekinetic and quiet. That's the best way to put it. Like, everybody there feels like they have this common connection without speaking. And when you go there, it's very quiet, peaceful. That's one thing I will say. Like, being around California, it's not loud, but I'm by the ocean all the time, so the ambience of the ocean and the waves crashing and then how busy this place is, it's not loud, but it's different. You sense the area a lot different. When you're down in Sedona, Arizona, that is amazing. The calm and the ambience is so different, dude. And then you're around all these mountains, and everybody, primarily is in a pretty good mood. And I'm not saying the demographic has to do with the basic idea of politics down there. I do think it's a factor. I'm not going to even say what it is. You just got to go find out for yourself, whether it's a red or a blue state or what it is down in that particular area, Sedona. But it's definitely different. They have things there called grid lines. People call them spiritual vortexes. So the thing about the grid lines, they're like proven. Good luck on your exams, player. Tear it up. The thing about grid lines is they're very sacred and old. They're ancient energy fields. And I think, and when I say that, it's not like they're portals or alien things, nothing like that. But so you take like the North Pole and the way the Earth rotates on an axis. I don't even want to say it's an invisible field, because just because I can't see it doesn't mean it's invisible. It just means that my brain can't perceive it because it's not evolved enough. So they have these grid lines that are known throughout the entire world. You can look them up. Go look up grid lines. Now, be wary. There's going to be people that are super occultish, and when I say occult, I mean like secret occultish, because that's what it means, is a secret nature, the word occult. You got to watch out for that stuff, because they get into where the grid lines are from and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't know where they're from, but I know that they're there. And you can definitely sense certain areas. And here's what's really cool about Sedona, with in particular this area, Airport Road. If you go there at night, there's an area where there's a twisted juniper, right? And they say wherever there's a twisted tree or roots that are going in directions away from the sun, that's generally where your energy vortexes are at. Well, it would kind of make sense that they twist because of the grid line. So if it's like the North and South Pole and it's something for that, then it would make sense that that's why the tree grows that way, because normally trees grow towards the sunlight. And the sunlight doesn't twist in Sedona, and not all the trees do that. It's only fettered to certain areas and stuck in certain areas. So when you go there, if you go there at nighttime, where this twisted juniper is off of Airport Road, you'll walk around the corner and there's this huge, beautiful, round area that's like, hold on, give me 2 seconds on that story. Man, I was really getting into it too. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta turn the car on so I can plug in the battery. So I can charge my phone. So you go to the area where there's, it'll say like like an area that's like super round. And when you get there, go there at night. I'd say the best time to go is at 9 p.m. Or start at 8 and just keep walking up and down. And I want you to listen to the crickets, listen to the tree frogs, right? Listen to like the insects. Now, when you get to where that juniper is, it's like there's a door and people cut off. I'm not people, but like the sound just gets completely cut off. That's how I knew. I'm like, okay, there's something like legitimately scientific and something going on here. Like there's clearly a grid line, because it was like you could walk and it was like the noise was like bink, and there were no insects, no crickets, nothing. So here's what I came up with the logic and the reason. I'm like,
There could be variables to this. The energy is really different. Maybe they can't sustain. Maybe the sound changes and it's more ambient because of the grid lines, which is a scientific thing. Because sound is in frequency and in waves, and our ears perceive and give it name to the sound. Well, if you go to an area where there's a grid line and the frequency is different and there's energy, then obviously the sound is going to travel different too because the waves are different. And you can hear, dude, it's like you walk into a music studio where it's totally soundproof and then you walk out and you can hear it. There's like a difference. Like when you go into that soundproof, when people are talking, it's like the sound doesn't travel as far. And you walk out, then it sounds like normal, like you're talking to somebody. I've been gifted a moderator that, okay, cool. I don't know what that is, but whatever. Hell yeah. I've been given a gift. So you go there, Airport Road, 8 o'clock at night, 8 to 9, Sedona, Arizona. You want to be in fall because I'm assuming that, or right at the edge of summer, because I'm assuming in fall, all the animals and crickets and stuff like that go underground for hibernation. And you'll definitely experience something there for sure. You'll experience what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying you're going to be getting chills. There's this big spirit, but there's something that goes on. There's something weird that goes on. And when I say weird, it's otherworldly. It's not like, aliens coming down. It's not like, you go there and you go into a train, like some people say, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I believe that happens to those people. I do a lot of meditating, a lot of studying, a lot of prayer. That didn't happen to me, but I noticed that there was differences in the way that I could hear things and the way that like plants reacted to being in that environment. Again, that juniper, you'll know that juniper. Trust me. When you see that twisted juniper, you'll be like, okay, that's definitely what he's talking about. It's beautiful, dude. It's one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen in my life. I remember as soon as I saw it, I said, when I die, I told one of my family members, I said, when I die, because eventually, I'm going to go, I want my ashes spread by that juniper. It's so beautiful. So after this, if I don't sell the screenplay, I'm going to be headed back to Arizona to the south rim of the Grand Canyon to try to get a job. And who knows, man? I've been saying I'm going to give up the YouTube channel. I'll give up the creative aspect of it for sure because I've been on the creative endeavors for almost 15 years and I need to get paid. It's just, I'm done. I got to get paid. Yes, do I do creative things for fun? No, I want fucking paid. In my opinion, if you put in 10,000 hours, you become a master and you can get paid at something. I don't need to be famous. I got to get paid though. If I'm going to continue to do the photography, the music, the art, the writing, I have to see a residual income from it. Dude, even if it's like $10,000 or $15,000 a year, I don't care. I have to see it for me to continue the process, or I'm at least I'm done pursuing it the way I've been pursuing it, and I'm going to put my energies towards something with nature. Like I said, I'll go try to be part of the Forest Service in the south rim of the Grand Canyon or something like that. I got a lot of friends in Arizona. Down in Cottonwood, my Cottonwood crew, woo! My Cottonwood tribe. I'll have to go see them. So, I've talked enough, and I'm going to put on the air conditioning because it's melting my cheese in the sun. If someone says a swear word, it would be given a strike, 3 strikes if they get banned from your stream. Listen, I appreciate that. But so I don't think swearing is that bad of a thing. I mean, and again, like I'm a component of free speech and I swear. So having a moderator to tell me to help me dictate what people say, I just don't think it's productive. You see what I'm saying? That makes me laugh. I would have done probably the same thing had I seen it, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? I appreciate the moderator, dude, but you don't have to, man. I appreciate your desire to be helpful, but I'm a component of, I'm an advocate for free speech. If somebody says something that I don't like, I don't have to respond to it. And you know what I do? I tell everybody most of the time when somebody says something idiotic, I say, Tristan, strike one. I don't think so. All right, since I am in charge of the channel, Tristan, strike 0. 1. -1. Strike -1. That means you got 2 more times to swear before you're back up to strike 1. So, what would be better to do is don't swear and put a fucking middle finger up on your comment. Oh, I swore. Strike 1. As the moderator, Chris, yes, I'm going to tell you right now, no more swearing. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. It doesn't matter. That's a strike, -17. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for dictating my free speech. All right, there we go. Let it! That's the best one yet, right? And listen, everybody, Lead Hit is all. I want everybody to scream Lead Hit in the comments. He's been with me since day one when I was working at the gas station. Had nobody coming on the feed, and still nobody really comes on the feed, but I do the feed because I love it. Puts me in better mood. And he's been with me from day one. He's my boy. He's my homie. He's my equal on this channel. So he's always going to get a loud scream, period, the end. And if you don't like it, you're going to have to keep staying on the channel for at least 1 year. Once you've been a subscriber for 1 year, you'll get a recognition like that. But Lead Hits will always be the one who gets them the loudest and the longest because he's been here the longest and he's been the loudest because he's always on the channel. He's always giving feedback, whether it's good or bad. And I take his feedback, whether it's good or bad, no matter what. Because I know that dude wants to see this channel grow. And I want people like that in my corner, you know? So what's up, man? How's things been? Shit you goated. Are you saying shit you farted and it was like a teen-eyed word fixing it? Or what's goated? I don't want to be the greatest of all time. That's too much responsibility. Shay! Woo! Oh, yeah! Shay, what's going on, bro? The finger is still jacked up, but it's a lot better. Way better. Shadow Company is my boys. What's going on, guys? Shay, what's going on, bro? I miss you, man. I haven't talked to you in so long. I'm like almost crying. I'm so happy, dude. I'm in California trying to sell a movie. Hey, bro, I'm so glad you're on here, Shay. Hey, dude, I miss you, man. I love you and I miss you, dude. Hey, bro, dude. Listen, everybody, Shay is a fucking amazing fucking artist, dude. Shay, go to my community page and put a link to your stuff, and I'll share it every time I get a chance, dude. Shay and I go way back, bro. We used to have a lot of fun, man. But he's a fucking amazing artist. Dude, I'm so glad that you're on here, dude. I've been doing photography and digital surrealism, and I was like, I got off Facebook because Facebook is a fucking it's a fucking black hole to the human soul, man. All it does is just suck the life out of me. So I fucking canceled my account. So I'm only going to be on YouTube and go on. I'm so excited, dude. Go on my community page and check out the art I've been doing. I wanted to get your input, man, because we were teammates, bro. It's like tit for tat. Dallas, I appreciate your feedback, but my name's not Jim. It's Chris. If you want to figure out who Jim is, you got to go watch all the episodes. He's in there somewhere every time. Hey, so what's going on? How's work? How's life? How's Ryan? How's everybody doing, man? You talked to any of them guys? I don't want to say his last name. I talked to Mikey 2 days ago. I sent him some art. He asked me how California was. I've been riddled with anxiety, but when I do these feeds, I feel better. When I'm training all the time, I'm doing better. Dude, I'm swimming in the ocean all the time, doing kettlebells, sled work, all the stuff that we used to do at the 10 a.m., bro. I still do it, dude. I picked up a sled about 2 years ago, and now I've been dragging sleds while doing kettlebell exercises on the beach. And then I go swim a lap in the ocean, do medicine ball slams with the kettlebell, then go swim a lap in the ocean. I'm like 200, bro, and still got a little fury in there. You know what I'm saying? Me and Shay were teammates on a fight team way back in the day, man. Shay, bro. Yeah, dude, I miss. You know what I miss about the Evolve days is the camaraderie, dude. We had so much fun, dude. We had so much fun, man, bro. So me and Shay would be driving around, and I don't want to say what Shay is or what Shay does for his, because of social purposes. But dude, trust me, like, dude, we would have so much fun. So we'd be driving, right? And I'd be like, Shay, hit your horn. He'd be like, what do you mean? I'm like, hit your fucking horn, bro. So we'd pull up next to like a big trucker, right? And he'd be like, honk, honk. And I'd look at him and I'd wave like this. And then the guy would look and go, he would go, and I'd look at him and I'd go, and listen, nobody would get mad when I would do that. Every time I would do that, they would start laughing. One time I did it with my buddy Jimmy. I go, Jimmy, watch this, hit the horn. And Jimmy hits the horn and I'm like I'm kind of handicapped and slow, and the person looks like, aw, and they wave and I go, and the guy turns around and goes, fuck you! And he was so mad, dude. It was awesome. So that's the kind of kind of drama we used to get into when we were younger. Shay, are you retired yet, man? Live nonsense, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shay, look what I'm eating for lunch. Bag of spinach, thing of cheese, beef sticks, a banana, gallon of water, and muscle milk. And then for dinner, I'm having brown rice and salmon. I still eat like we were at Evolve, dude. I just, bro, Shay, remember when we used to fucking lead hit? I don't mean to not give you attention, bro. I usually talk to you like crazy. I'm so sorry, dude. It's just like I haven't talked to Shay in the last time Shay and I talked, we we were fucking at a kickboxing fight, and I can't remember if we were fucking with people or not, but we used to like troll people like, well, like Shay didn't troll people. Shay would always hang out. He would troll me. He'd call me rookie. And he would act like we were in a biker gang, and then I was getting initiated to become a biker. He'd go, yeah, that's right, rookie. Dude, we had so much fun, dude. So much fun. And dude, I ain't gonna lie. I would love to say I'm having that much fun here, but I'm just not. I'm having fun right now, like when we were younger, dude. I swear to God, because it's like good talking to everybody. But dude, like that camaraderie, man, was just, dude. Ryan and I don't talk anymore. He's mad at me because I was supposed to go over there on Christmas Eve and I couldn't, and because the weather was fucking terrible, and he blocked me. So I get it, He's pissed. I get it. He has a right to be pissed, There's times I've disappointed and let Ryan down, and that's why he's mad, and I get it. I understand, But I do believe this, dude. Karma is real, and that energy that we had with Evolve and Cook, whether it be the next life or the one after, we will see each other again. I firmly believe that, dude. We will be together as a group again. I really believe that. So, what's new, man? Prospect. That's what it was. Prospect. Dude. Dude, remember the time Ryan was getting ready for the fucking world title fight and he knocked me out? And like my head was so pushed forward from him knocking me out and I was unconscious. And you had to lift me up off the cage and lead me down because I was knocked out and like stuck. I remember looking at you and you're like trying to get me up and you had your gloves on. You're like, Malillo, go over here. And then you finished out the round with Ryan. I remember looking like, oh my God, I'm so fucking, I can't move. God, it was so funny. What was Cook pissed about? When Ryan knocked me out, or when we did something else? Cook really got upset about me getting knocked out? Who gives a fuck, dude? I mean, we were in a fighting gym. That's what happens. Dude, that's the game, dude. That's the fucking game, man. Yeah, that was a bad head kick. I remember that one. You know what, though, dude? Like, I wouldn't give it up for the world. Oh, listen, lead hit. When we sparred, there was no sparring, dude. We fought. That's what you do. You don't fucking, I mean, yeah, you can have Dutch drills, you don't kill each other. But when you spar and you're getting ready for a fight, you go 100%, in my opinion. That's what I did with Ryan. That was like, I knew there was going to be consequences for it. And I knew that that's how you get better. Like, when you're in a fight, you're not going to go into a fight, because actually this is partly why I started sparring hard. So I had a fight, a kickboxing match. It was my second one. And I had been sparring real light with everybody, like the whole camp. And do I think I could take an uppercut from George Foreman? I mean, dude, I think I could block it. I mean, I do. I'm a guy who used to compete, so of course I'm gonna think that. Would I go and do it? No. I'm not a fucking boxer. Like, boxers hit different. They have shoes. The shoes makes a punch completely different, especially when you got a fucking heavyweight. That guy was like the hardest hitting heavyweight of all time. Absolutely not. No, I could not take an uppercut from George Foreman. If he actually, dude, look, I'm going to tell you, nobody could. Nobody. Go look at the footage of when he was fighting Ali and he was hitting the bag in the body. It looked like somebody shot a bowling ball into the middle of the bunch and then the punching bag. And listen, punching bags, all the sand goes down over the years of beating it. So when you're able to put that much power into the middle of a sandbag from boxing, that's insane, dude. That is otherworldly. That man had nukes in his fucking hands. Like, no, I do not think I could take a punch from George Foreman. I think even blocking it, he would rock me. Anyhow, so back to the story with lead hit. Yeah, so we didn't, like, I went into a fight and I was so used to sparring light, I lost the fight, and afterwards everybody said it looked like I was sparring. They looked like I was in the gym sparring. So that's when I started thinking maybe I need to stop, like, sparring light. I need to start sparring hard. So, and listen, when I went with my coach, Ryan, the guy hit so fucking hard, dude. Like, even if he was going light, like, it would piss you off and you had to go after him. You had to, otherwise you were just going to get fucking beat up. So, like, if I'm going to get beat up and it's going to be light and it's going to hurt, I'm going to go after him and try to knock him out. So I would try to knock him out every time I trained with that guy. I turned it on and told myself, I'm going to try to fucking knock him out, because no matter what, I'm going to get hurt. So, no, I'm not going to. Here's why I would not take a shot from George Foreman for $100,000 as somebody who's taken a lot of shots, both from alcohol when I was a kid and hits to the head as an adult. You don't know what's going to happen after you get knocked out. You do not know if you're going to fall on your arm and pop your shoulder or break your fucking arm. There's guys that have gotten knocked out, and when they hit the ground, their shins break. There's guys that have got knocked out. Go look at Ngannou in his boxing fight against Joshua Anthony. When he fell back, it looked like his knee popped out that way. I mean, like, that's what can happen. $100,000 is not going to fix that surgery or the lifelong damage you're going to have from that. So, no. From George Foreman, I would not take $100,000. If I could block it, yeah, sure. Yeah. I think I could. I'll take a concussion that went through a block from George Foreman. Sure. Even the knock, you could probably get a knockout from that. Yeah, there's just certain levels. Punches. All right, enough talking about punches. Let's talk about something. Shay, you done anything new with your art lately? And do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, that's the other thing, especially with an uppercut. So if you don't block an uppercut, it snaps your neck back. If you're not used to taking that or you're not doing neck exercises, which I haven't done neck exercises in years. I swim all the time and do kettlebells. I still think I got a pretty fucking jacked neck, but just being a meathead. But yeah, 100% no. No. I would take listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll take the George Foreman over the Khabib any day of the week, and I'm going to tell you why. It's a 4-ounce glove with Khabib. Daniel Cormier has been quoted saying that Khabib has the strength of a heavyweight when he grapples, and he can hit you with elbows. No. Definitely not. Not against Khabib. Khabib's nasty. No, Khabib will kill you. Like, if a normal person got into a cage with Khabib and they weren't trained and knew how to block, he would kill them. He would hit them. They would go out, and if he kept hitting them the way he hit people, they would probably die. They would probably have a blood contusion in their head or a spinal injury or something that would happen from that guy attacking people. Like, that guy is nasty. He was 5 years old, and he wrestled with a bear and moved the bear over. His strength is inhuman. The guy literally would do hill sprints and jump into a blazing river, moving in incredible speeds, and swim uphill against the river to train for fights. That's insane. To be able to do that at your core strength is ridiculous. I swim in the ocean where there's waves pushing against me. Yep. I'll tell you, if you ever want to do really hard, intense training, go online and look up Russians training for any type of sports event or competitive event, and you'll see some of the craziest. Oh, Muay Thai kicks. Listen, man, you want to know who's got the kicks down? 100% the Thais. But there are a few anomalies from the Netherlands, and there are a few anomalies, great kickboxers that would go over to Thailand and compete and win Fighter of the Year. One being the Diamond, Raymond Deckers. The other one was Rob Kamen. They're Dutch. They're from where do the Dutch hail from? It's like the one place that has like every legal narcotic you can ever have. I can't think of it. I think it begins with an H. Holland. Dutch Holland kickboxing. Those guys were nasty. And the difference between the Dutch and the Thais when they land certain, Ramon, absolutely. When the Dutch would kick, they always set it up with punches, so their energy was moving forward. And a lot of times they would use the opposite side of their body, right? So if they came 1, 2, and then threw a hook, they would come forward and jump down and just cut that leg kick down and so their energy was already moving forward. A lot of times the Thais, um, they come forward, but like they whip that kick. And their repetition, if you go watch their training, their repetition is over and over and over again. So they kind of learn how to whip their body and their hips into the motion. So the pop, they throw in that kick. But the Dutch, when they would come forward with their energy, when I say their energy, their body, they would drive into those shots, you know? And again, they were set up with punches. So a lot of times guys were getting hit in the head and they were off balance, or if they're moving backwards and they're not ready to check the kick, it makes the impact of the shot harder. So the Dutch style was pretty nasty. And when it was brought against the Thais, man, there were some elite Thais that lost to the Dutch. And if you don't know anything about kickboxing and you want to watch and you like combat sports that are pretty violent, those are the ones to watch. Is go watch the old school. It was like the late 80s, early 90s. The Dutch would fight the Thais. Buakaw's good. He's entertaining. He's like the Michael Jordan of Muay Thai, right? I mean, there's a guy that I think he's from Holland. His name's like Jean Perrier or something like that. I think his name. Jean-Claude, I think, but they had him on the Ultimate Fighter, but I had seen him before that. No, I never seen him, like met him, but I had read about him because of my coach, Ryan Madigan. Before that, he had showed that guy. That guy fought Buakaw. I think they fought 3 times, and I think he either lost 2 times or he beat Buakaw 2 times, but they fought for a total of 3. That's the way I guess that's the way the Thais are. They all drink like that. Who's that guy right now out of Brazil? He's part of the Nerds. He's a 170. He smokes cigarettes and he knocks guys out just like a lot of those Thais do. The Thais, they say in the history of Muay Thai, like right now you get to a point when you go down there and you live there and you fight with the Thais, that you eventually get to a point where being able to, if you execute their techniques exactly how they teach you, it's a guaranteed knockout. Or I don't want to say guarantee because there's no guarantee, right? There's always somebody with that iron chin, or there's always a variable. You could slip, something could happen. But when you execute those techniques, man, like they're at least going to get hurt. And if the person doesn't block it, yeah, Carlos Pradas. So when that fucking guy hits somebody, you can see it, dude. And he's not like, he's athletic, obviously. He's at the highest level fighting. But he doesn't have super genetics like Ngannou or Stipe or one of them guys where their bone structure is just bigger. Their fucking hips are wide. They got really lean muscle mass naturally, and they're dense, and their heads aren't like this, you know. He's got kind of like, I want to say he looks like he's got a big upper back, and he's almost like he's arched, and he's doesn't have super wide shoulder. But when that guy hits somebody, I mean, it's like they're lights out. There's nothing left. I don't wear mascara, bruh. I got them good genes when it comes to the hair. Hey, nobody. I really appreciate that, dude. I've been forgetting to say that because you know what? I just, if they subscribe, great. If they like it, great. If they don't, then no big deal. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Oh, dude, Vitor. So I don't know, dude. I know that sounds crazy to argue that, but listen, Vitor was known for his hand speed in MMA from day one. Freddie Roach used to talk about Vitor's ability to box. So I don't know, man. It's debatable because Vitor was on the juice. George Foreman wasn't. And I don't know, dude. Like, I know this. Vitor's fucking hand speed was faster than George's. That's a fact. You can go and look at that right now. He was almost like a level or 2 with hand speed. Maybe not the power, but the hand speed. And in boxing, dude, speed is a big thing. Speed is huge in boxing. So I don't know. I would debate that. drink a gallon of water a day. My eyes sparkle because I'm connected to the divine. I got to eat more of this spinach. You guys want to drive around? I'm sick of sitting in the same spot for a while. Black Sheep, you like that, bro? What's going on, boy? Woo! I don't mean boy like boy. I mean like, what up, playa? You know what I'm saying? Dude, you know who I got saying playa from? There's a comedian named I can't think of his name. Oh my god. Brain fart. Ralphie May. He's absolutely hilarious. He says playa really good. During his first appearance where he was on like midnight television or whatever. I can't remember what talk show. And I'm not laughing at him because he fell, but like I think he did it on purpose. So when he comes down to do his set on this live this live thing, he's going down the stairs, you can see it. He was walking, then he falls, dude, and he rolls over. He's like, man, that's one hell of a way to break it into an act. And then he goes on with his act, and he killed it, dude. But Ralphie May is hilarious, bro. But that's where I got playa from. And then Salisbury used to say it all the time, dude. I think about him still. Like, if something goes wrong, like some random thing will get screwed up, and I swear it's him messing with me from the grave, because you know how he used to mess with everybody, dude. Like, he was ruthless, bro. Dude, if he had a Facebook and he was still alive, I'm convinced he would be the greatest troll ever. I swear to God, I've been off Facebook now for about 3 weeks, but if Chris was still alive and he created Facebook, I would go back on just to see what he says to people. Like 100%. He would be ruthless with people, I'm sure. So what's up, dude? How things been, man? I've been wanting to reach out to you. If it's cool, I'm gonna get a hold of Jay and get your number so I can call you and talk to you. You know, I don't know a lot of people out here yet, and you know, so I'd love to be able to talk with you, dude. I miss you. I miss hearing your voice. But yeah, man. Look, dude, I'm gonna be straight up with you, dude. I know the resources in Cleveland with how things are right now, and dude, straight up, if you want to be in a place that's really beautiful, now, if I don't meet my goal in 1 year with selling the movie, obviously I got 45 weeks left. I'm going to get out of here because there's really no point for me to be here. Because one, it's really expensive. And two, I'm going to go back to Arizona by the Grand Canyon and probably try to get a job like working as a person that tries to guide people through the desert and go down the paths and things like that. Like something with nature. Because I miss the trees. I like being around trees. And I love the ocean, but I had a shark scare recently, so I'll get into that story here in a second. But dude, you should come to Ventura. I think you'd like it. You know what I mean? Like, they have all the same types of situations. You know, you can find work out here, so to speak. You know what I mean? I'll call you and tell you and talk to you about it more one-on-one. If it's cool, I'm going to ask Jay for your number. I just wanted to make sure I had your permission to get your number. I mean, I didn't think you'd care, but I didn't want to like ask without asking your permission first. No, I don't want to be a ranger. I mean, like, I got to go to school, and that's going to cost me fucking $40,000 in goddamn loans and all that bullshit, because the way the fucking capitalists try to just pull the fucking blood out of every human being. Dude, why is my channel under investigation? Okay, I declare the message alert that my channel is under investigation, which I have no idea why. No, bro, I don't think it's a troll. I think that's legit because it's red. And it says it's under my notification. Oh, no, wait a second. You motherfucker! God damn, that was good! Holy shit, bro! Oh my God, my heart was going. I'm like, dude, did I see something that's like illegal? Oh my God, I'm gonna get, like, I started thinking right away. I'm like, Police are going to come up to my car right now. I'm going to get arrested. Oh my God, like inside, I'm just shrinking. I'm like, ah. Dude, that was so good, bro. You got me so good. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like relieved. Holy shit, dude. That seriously scared the shit out of me. You're a fucking dick. That was so good. I'll tell you what makes that so good. It was the red dot. The red dot instantly made me think, oh my God, that's legitimately YouTube. Oh my God, now I want to do that to other people. Oh my God, I'm so fucking relieved, dude. Jesus Christ. They call me Chris the Hermit. Yeah, I guess that's like the thing. I prefer to call myself Big Daddy Cobra. By the way, dude, I'm like relieved that that's not real. Oh my God, I gotta get something to drink. Jesus, God damn, that was good, dude. Hats off, best one yet. So usually people get me, with they'll like put something on there, and it'll be like I'll read it and I'll look real close and I'll read it out loud. I'll be like, what does that say? Right? And then I'll say it out loud and it's something I still am not hearing myself say. And then everybody starts putting LOL, LMAO, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, great. Figures. I got fucking duped again. So, and then I say it out loud and I'm like, oh, okay, there it was. But that one, I had no idea. I mean, I really thought I was in trouble. I was like, what did I say? I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't even say like any of the leaders' name because I don't want to get like my feed watched and I don't want to draw any unwanted attention. I mean, don't get me fucking wrong, dude. I want attention because it'll get me subscribers and likes, but I don't want to draw attention that can get me watched illegal and and my feed down. Hey, Chris the Hermit. Hey, Dallas, you're fucking gay. Everybody tell Dallas he's fucking gay. Dallas does America because he's gay. Oh my God, people are probably gonna be like, you hate people, but no, it's yes, Dallas, you're gay now. Yes, that's hilarious. Yes, haha, I win. Haha, Dallas, I win. Haha, you're gay. Dude, seriously. Dude, I just saw Black Sheep. I can hear you in my head saying it, dude. I don't live under a rock. I live in a truck on a rock, you fucking idiot. I'm still winning and you're still gay. Yes. You know what I call this, Dallas? I call this a fucking train troll, bitch. Everybody sees how to ride the troll train and you the track, motherfucker. You getting rid hard. You're getting rode hard, Dallas, because you're gay. That's funny. All right, I gotta chill out because I'm gonna get deemed as somebody that hates gay people. And I don't hate gay people. It ain't my business if somebody's gay. But I will say this. The rainbow is God's. I'm taking back the rainbow. I'm taking back the rainbow from the gays. Not because they're bad, but because the rainbow is a promise. It was a promise from God to humanity. Promising never to bleed you, never to keep you down, to give you water, to make it good, to make life plentiful, whole and loving. That's what the symbol of the rainbow represents. Not the ability to choose who you make love to, but more for the people. I'm giving you back the rainbow in the name of God. Amen. Popeye, bro, I try to eat a bag once a week. I usually do it in one sitting. I haven't been eating it a lot lately. Ludwig. Fuck. Why do you feel it necessary to introduce themselves, but we don't go around saying we're proud to be straight? Nice to meet you. I'm not, listen, I don't want to create these types of conversations, guys. I don't have an opinion. You say whatever you want. I have no opinion. No opinion, none. Elmo, if you keep doing that, I'm going to block you from the channel because you're an idiot. That's like dumb, dude. Thank you for stopping. I appreciate it. And I shouldn't have called you an idiot. That was mean, but don't do dumb stuff. That was cruel of me to say that. I apologize. But seriously, it's weird. Dude, this channel is going to get deemed as like the meathead channel. But dude, it's funny. You got to make fun of each other. Yeah, you furry. How am I doing today? I was having a really shitty day until I started the feed. And then I've been just chatting with everybody, saying what's up to everybody, and then this is like making me laugh uncontrollably, like we're having fun. It's like really cool. I feel like I'm hanging out with people. And there's people that, like, what I love about the live feed is people that I haven't been able to see in a long time. I get to see them here on the feed. So it's good. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you right now, anybody who throws stones at Black Sheep, do not think it's not going to come back with like glass locked in it and glue. Like, he's a smart, funny dude, and he's going to throw them back, and they're going to be probably funnier. So if you want to troll with that dude, you have at it. Dude, we should do like you guys, hey, what if I like once a week, like, dude, this would be really fun. What if we once a week we come on the feed, and like we'll set a time, like we'll pick one out right now, like let's say what works for everybody. So I'm trying to think. I think Mondays are my day off. So Mondays 5 p.m. for me would be everybody's 8 o'clock across the U.S. But I'm thinking about the rest of the world, so I don't know if anybody else is on there. Dude, let's do like a troll feed. Like, you can invite everybody you know to be like, hey, there's this great feed on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And then like we get on there and like we have a warning like, hey, this is like purely satirical. If you're sensitive, you should probably not be on this feed. And we just tear into each other. We just make fun of each other. I think that'd be really fun, dude. So let's see what, I don't know. Tell me what you think. You guys want to have like a once a week troll feed, as Jim sees it, troll feed? And like we'll like the winner each week gets put on the community page as like the best troll. Oh, dude, I've got an idea. We could do like a troll off, right? We have a live feed, right? And then we have the subscribers, and I could even set it up like if you want to do it. I think I can set it up so only certain people can be on the feed. And then we could have like a troll off, and each week, like the champion gets to go against like another troll from the week prior, bro. And we just sit and watch like people insult each other, and then we vote who has the best troll. Who uses the flower emoji? Hey, I look, I don't use the flower emoji because it's soft, but I do take pictures of flowers because I love how like relaxing it is. So, and my logo is a rose with an eye on it, so I got nothing. But I won't use. But if you use a flower emoji, you're a pussy. Oh, listen, look, Elmo, you got to know this is all in fun, dude. Like, if you're gonna get all crazy and want Billy Badass, like, if don't be getting all sensitive, dude. Like, have fun with it. Let's make fun of each other like men, dude. Hey, that eye is tripping, dude. I don't know. I don't, dude, bro. It's so weird when I start drawing with that thing. I just sit there and like, so I evolve it each week. Like every week I kind of make some changes to it. Um, right now I've got like 3 roses inside of the one and then the eye in there. So that's like my personal favorite one that I've used in the logos. So I've been doing it for I'm still selling the photography and the digital pieces with the eye in it and making the surrealism and stuff like that. So training for a comeback fight, or you're making fun of like the comeback for like an insult. Oh, I want to tell you, Black Sheep 216. After a year, bro, I'm cutting my hair. I'm gonna have normal, like short hair, like a man, instead of looking like a fucking hobo. That's one thing I'm definitely doing because I've had long hair for like 10 years, dude. And I'm like, I kind of did it like as like an image for being creative, but like, if I'm not gonna be working on that stuff anymore, dude, I'm cutting my hair short. Just here for the entertainment, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Oh, right when I looked at the spiritual tarot, these beautiful sunlight rays came into the eye, and now I'm singing for you, all of you, and I hope you have a great day. Nah, dude, I gotta cut it, man. I gotta cut it, dude. Like, I just want to see like if it's like if it's better. You know what I mean? I'll grow it back like if I don't like it, but like I really do. Like if I don't succeed at my goal with selling the movie, dude, I want to try something completely different. I want to just do a change. I'm going to take a break. I probably will still do the YouTube because I'll be out in like I said, I'm planning on going to um back to Arizona. So I'll probably still do like a feed. I'll definitely do the live feeds because this is fun, dude. I love doing the live feeds, man. Like I've never had so much fun talking with people on the live feeds and reading the comments and chatting. And I know I'm doing all the talking. I'm not trying to be like narcissistic, but like, dude, like, I wish I could call YouTube and be like, hey, what you guys need to do is you need to make it so the live feed can work like a Zoom channel. That way people can talk and hear each other while the live feed's going on. I think that would be way better. The earth is flat. All right, I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to listen to the responses. That the earth is not round, it's flat. Because these are always great conversations that people have in the debate of the round earth versus the flat earther. Round one. Bing! Let hit. Nuh-uh, really? Let hit. Do me a solid, dude. Yeah, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. He was a good person, I think. I really think he was a good person. Let hit. Do me a solid, dude. Will you send me the link to be able to follow that on the community page? If you could go on the community page and post the link of how I can start doing that, because I'll start putting up like people that are on here regularly, and we'll start talking and chatting. Oh, you need a tablet? That makes sense. Message retracted. Just like the Bible was retracted a bunch of times. I was reading about that today. Listen, spinach is good for you. Never stop eating spinach. All right. I want to try to get the conversation back to the flat earth. We have somebody on here. We have somebody on here that believes, and if you guys don't want to talk about it, fine. I get it. But we have somebody on here that believes the earth is flat. I am open to the idea of that concept if you could present the arguments and if somebody could present some rebuttals. I think it would be really entertaining and we could all enjoy ourselves. People are still trolling each other. Yes, Dallas, now you got it, bro. Now you got it. You got trolled and you laughed. That's awesome. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Welcome to the channel. And it's, hey, that's messed up. It's not Are You Blind? It's Are You Stevie Wonder? Oh, fuck. I shut my car off? All right. I accidentally shut my car off. From now on, I'm going to go, hey, man, are you Stevie Wonder? Mike, you're from Florida? All right. Publix has got the best subs ever. Hands down, dude. Best price, best tasting fresh vegetables. They use the something boar cheese, boarhead cheese. It's good shit. I ain't touching that Stephen Hawking joke, bro. No way. So, I don't know a lot about the flat earth, but I do know a little bit about the Bible. And I do... Sean! Another Irishman! What's up? And I do know that the firmament is what they're referencing, correct? I think you have to look up what the definition of firmament means. Because I do not believe that that is referencing the earth being flat. I believe firmament is a different concept entirely. If I'm not mistaken, it represents the roundness of the earth. So just double check. I might be wrong. I totally could be wrong. Like, I'm open to it, but I've had that conversation regarding the Bible stating that the earth is flat. Because it doesn't actually say that the earth is flat at all. And listen, I'm going to tell you flat out. Explain the ocean. So that means the ocean's square. Right? The water doesn't go like this into something, because the beach goes up, right? The beach goes up and the water goes down, right? The water goes up and goes back down. So that means that it's curved. You can watch it through the high and the low tides. Can't be flat. If it was flat, the ocean wouldn't move like it does. I don't have to watch the documentary called Level. I just proved it wrong. Black Sheep, who's Tommy Robinson? Oh, Black Sheep. That's how that thing's healing, dude. It's a lot better now. A lot better. One of the stitches broke. And I'm taking these stitches out myself. I am not paying $1,000 to have the doctors go in. I'm just going to get iodine and cut them and then just pull them right out. Hey, I appreciate Best Funny Channel, man. I tried to do comedy in the beginning of the channel for about a year, and it just wasn't panning out, so I gave it up. Now I just kind of act like myself on the live feeds to the best of my ability. I do try to be real though, dude. I do try to like post when I'm having a rough time. When I opened up the feed today, I was not in a kind mood at all. I was ridden with anxiety and aggression and stress. And then I ate food and I felt a lot better. Go figure. Hey, listen, everybody. I'm not going to... Okay, cool. I'm going to take it out myself. What time is it in Ireland right now? I know the one Christopher O'Grady was on here a little bit ago, and he had said that it's nighttime, or he was going to bed at nighttime. He's a postman. Right now, I'm going to be driving to an art store, and let's see. Can I switch this? No, it won't let me. You have a great day too, and keep being yourself. Dude, I'm not myself. Like, most of the time, I have to really go out of my way to, like, behave and be kind. Because, like, dude, if it's up to me, I mean, being straight up, I would, like, if people were rude to me, I would be more rude back to them. And if people are nice to me, I would be more nice to them, you know? And I know it's not proper English, but it's partly because I'm driving and focused. And I'm not going to be looking at the camera again because I'm driving. But if it were up to me, I would just tell people to fuck off. And I would tell my bosses to fuck off. And I would be a jerk all the time. And, like, sometimes I can be a jerk. But on here, I can be myself. And I'm not, like, I don't have the fear of, like, you guys judging me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if I said something super asinine, like, I won't. Like, there's things, like, internally that I have dialogue and monologue with. I'm not going to say a word out loud with people. Like, most of that stuff has to do with, like, when I'm complaining to God. But, like, I'm always going to try to be, like, genuinely myself on the live feed because, you know, one, I'm not getting paid. Two, I don't have any sponsors, so I really don't care. And, you know, everything that I've ever studied about YouTube, all of which are always, like, no matter how much I try to implement what they say, my channel just stays the way it is, which is fine, dude. That might be the card for me, which is cool. You know what I mean? Because like one thing I have learned from doing this YouTube channel is when there's less subscribers and you have these live feeds, you can get more one-on-one and personal with the people that are regular and really do support your vision and your belief. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's better. It's kind of better. I mean, I'm sure if I had 1 million subscribers and I was making a bunch of money, actually, you know what? I've said this. So here's some little facts about YouTube that people might not know. Like, number one, they use a computer to check your symmetry, number one, to see if you're good looking. Like, so, like, that's why, like, all the YouTubers look like fucking movie stars, dude. Like, that's why. Like, all the big YouTubers. Like, that's number one. So, like, they do scout them. They do make sure that you meet certain criteria. Like, as far as, like, and, like, older people my age, the channels aren't as popular. Unless you're doing, like, a history thing or something super educational. Because you're older, it's not really a long-term investment. As opposed to getting some 20-year-old like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, who are some other, like, big stars that are huge on social media now, like Salt or that Peppa guy or whatever. They were like 16, 17, 18 years old, right? You've got these companies like Celsius. Prime was started by Logan Paul, but I'm sure he went to some investors. You got all these people that know how to make money. They invest the marketing and the niche into the niches that they do and the following that they have based that's on honestly, number one, first is it organic? Like take Mr. Beast, for instance. Mr. Beast out the gate was super organic. Like his first feed that he did, dude, I think there was like some astronomical number for his first video upload that got like thousands of views within like, a couple hours. Like that's purely organic. That's like the anomaly of nature where there are people that are meant to do certain things. You know what I mean? So, like that's a factor when it comes to making a YouTube channel. So, you got to do it like I heard there's a concept I stole from some friends. It's called for fun and for free. So, I would say if you're going to do a YouTube channel, keep that motive for fun and for free. I'm not going to probably make a lot of money. Like there are quote unquote sports specimens like Michael Jordan, Babe Ruth, people like that have a magic, and that I think the YouTube is going to be the same way. Business is the same way. Education is the same way. Religion, the same way. All these things have people that are anomalies. So if you're going to start a YouTube channel for fun and for free, right? So that being said, if there's no pressure to create an online presence or a persona, just be yourself. If you create a persona or an online presence, there's got to be something stupidly unique about you right off the gate. Like, let's say you were born with pink eyes. Dude, if you were born with pink eyes, everybody's going to check out your channel because that's an abnormal anomaly that sticks out the gate. You know what I mean? And you're being yourself. You were born like that. So that's a variable and a factor that's going to help a YouTube channel to grow exponentially fast, like in my opinion. If I heard on the news tomorrow that a human being, a female by the age of 30, who's a model, right, 6'1", and she was born with pink eyes, dude, I'm going to go look. And I'm going to tell all my friends, did you hear about that model who has pink eyes? And they're going to go look too. So that's a factor to consider. So be yourself on the YouTube channel, right? Don't worry about the image, the persona of what you want people to see. Create a vision, do a vision board, whatever you want to do, go on there and aim towards that vision. Don't worry about who's going to subscribe. Don't worry about how many views you're getting. Just number 3, I'm going to tell you, upload, 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 upload. There's one rule that I believe thoroughly. When you put in 10,000 hours to something, you master it. That doesn't mean you get paid, but that means you master it. How do you put 10,000 hours into something? Application, 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 and practice. So upload, upload, upload. Dude, don't worry about making the perfect video. It's never going to happen. It's not. I had a video one time that you can go and check out. 66,000 views. I was dancing calculator time in the middle of the gas station at work with a pair of sunglasses on, and it didn't even match the rhythm of what I was dancing the music to. And it got 66,000 views in 24 hours. And I didn't even put a thumbnail. I didn't tag. I didn't put a title. Nothing. Right? Then, for the next 3 months, I would make videos. Dude, that's a lie. Not next 3 months. Next, let's say, couple of videos. I would focus exactly what I did. I would just stress. I would edit. I would upload. I would try to figure out the algorithm. Nothing. 500 views, 2 views, 22 views, 1,000 views. Nothing. Never was able to get that again. It was purely organic. I don't know what I did. I haven't tried to repeat it. It's only time. It actually got like 150 subscribers, so I was grateful about that. Now, it didn't do anything. So, what have I been consistent with on number 3? Uploads, uploads, uploads. I am on the channel every single day because I believe that I'm at the 10,000 hour mark, and if I keep trudging, if I keep punching along, something is manifest from this, right? I really believe that. Because if you go, and it's nature. If you go and pick up a shovel and you want to dig a hole, you got to go in the yard and you got to dig. And You got to dig for hours and hours and hours. If you want a half-mile hole, you're going to probably have to dig for a couple thousand hours. That's just the reality. And you're going to learn how to dig. You're going to learn measurements. You're going to learn a lot of things from that experience. So don't worry about making the perfect video. Don't worry about editing. Just do it. If you don't know how to edit, well, congratulations. It's time to learn. Put a video on an editing tool and learn the tools. And don't get frustrated because you're going to screw it up. It's going to be horrible, right? It's your first video. And then you're going to learn, and you keep going and going and going. Or you can do like I did. My first, Raymond still helps edit some of my videos. I got a guy who was really good at video editing and that was learning as well. And he edited a lot of my videos. So that's where that came from. That helped me a lot, significantly. The next thing, number 4, like, know the statistics on the money. Like, for you to make $2,000 a month off of a video, you have to get, I believe it's 100,000 views per video in the first 24 hours to make, or no, maybe 500,000 to make $2,000 off that one video. And after that, I don't know what the number is. So now I want you to think about that. Who on earth? I think Mr. Beast is capable of it, but again, here's a guy who has the resources, has a team, and was organically an anomaly from the gate. So I'm not discouraging you, but there are certain things to understand about YouTube, consistency. Like, and I always take, the other aspect of like you see a boxer, like Nick Diaz is a mixed martial arts fighter. And do you know how he would beat guys? What brought him to the highest level? Volume. He would give so much volume to those guys in fights, and he would train a ton of cardio. He would do marathons. He would bike 100 miles. He'd run 50 miles. He would train twice a day. So he was a volume fighter. Well, I believe that if you become a volume YouTuber, that again, it's going to increase your chances of coming up with videos and content that's unique to you and that is going to fit your niche. And, again, pick a niche. I picked a niche of comedy. Now I'm doing art. And when I have, like, on the community page, I put certain pieces of art. On my shorts feeds, I put poetry with music and then videos with music. And then I'm starting to produce the music so I can put that aspect of my art on. In my weekly uploads, I'm doing a story of my journey with writing. So everything's been a creative process for me. But what I do is I pick different facets of the channel and try to see which niche is hitting the hardest while staying within that same frame of reference regarding art. So that's kind of my YouTube tips. All right, everybody. I've been talking for like an hour and a half now, and I'm tired, and I've got to go. So I appreciate all the support. Thanks for all the thumbs up.